Sirach 39 and 28. There will be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease their wrath of him that made them. I want to say Shalom, Call Allah, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, or Kakadash, that honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone that taught us this truth and ruled well, to the men that taught them, peace and blessings to the elect nation of Israel, and that begins with the 144,000 who are the prophets today, and also the great multitude of men, women, and children the Heavenly Father is going to have mercy on, and you so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites, and that is according to the Holy Scriptures. Come with another lesson, and this is your brother Dawadah. I'm not in any of the camps yet, but I fall under the line. I mean, I've been taught by GMS that has the 100% truth. So I give them all praises and glory, to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Being thankful that I'm able to do these videos. So I had this article, and like I say, Sirach chapter 39, verse 28, and there will be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Yeah, so this Edomite here, this Esau, which is an Edomite, this man, what he did was he dismembered his pregnant sister. You know what I'm saying? And it says right here in the headlines, man dismembered pregnant sister because she was no longer innocent. Left pieces of her on neighbor's steps. So I'm going to read a little of the article, and then I'll bring out a couple scriptures, and then hope this will be edifying. This is a man in Minnesota admitted to killing his pregnant sister, dismembering her body because he believed she was no longer innocent after she became pregnant. The Dakota County Attorney Office announced that Jack Joseph Ball pleaded guilty to premeditated first-degree murder and premeditated first-degree murder of an unborn child following the death of his sister, Bethany Ann Israel, and her baby during a court hearing held on Wednesday, January 21st. So this was recently, you know what I'm saying? And after he entered his plea, prosecutors recommend that Ball, 24, be given a life prison sentence as a part of his plea deal. Ball asserted a defense of mental illness before he pleaded guilty, and that's what they always do. They always play that role that they have a mental, disorder or something wrong with them. But he knew what he was doing. But the Most High put the spirit on him to do that, And according to the county attorney office, he was initially facing second-degree murder charges on top of the other charges, though that charge has since been dropped. Brian Wash's husband sentenced to life for murdering wife Ann Wash in 2023. Whoa. A court trial is scheduled to take place on Thursday, May 21st, where the state will challenge Ball's mental illness defense. He will remain in custody at Dakota County Jail until his next court date. So if you knew this was Jake that did this, you already know. He ain't going to be able to claim that he has a mental illness, man. You know what they're going to do. They're going to put Jake underneath the jail. A grand jury indicted Ball on January 9, 2025. At the time, prosecutors explained in a press release that several tools and large knives are covered in blood and several dismembered body parts were found inside of his home in Lakeville, Minnesota. Dang, all kind of stuff happened in Minnesota. And on the night of her death, Israel 30 went to have dinner at her brother's home. Her loved ones grew concerned when they were unable to reach her several hours after she arrived at her brother's home, according to the prosecutor's office. So, man, that's crazy, man. Their mother then drove to Ball home to check on the sibling, which was when she was witnessed Ball tear of the house. The mom entered the home and noticed a large amount of blood, which led her to call 911. And the officer then reported to the scene where they found large pools of blood on the kitchen floor, under the sink, and even more blood on the sink's cabinets. Prosecutors said that a bloody saw hatch and a large bloody knives were also found in the home. Additionally, officers found a knife on the living room floor near the staircase, as well as several dismembered body parts throughout the home and on his neighbor's steps. Whoa. So, man, this guy, and we can come back to this, read a little more, but I got a couple scriptures, but man, this dude was off the chain, you know what I'm saying? What he did, you know. But I got a scripture I want to get, Matthew's, Matthew's chapter 10, verse 35. Yeah, because in these last days, the Most High said he's going to put a division between, the family. You know what I'm saying? For I am come, Matthew chapter 10, verse 35, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Yeah. So we in these last days, and that's what's going to happen. It's going to ramp up even more. You know what I'm saying? And just reading this article lets you know, pretty much we at that time. We in the last days, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why things is happening like this because the Most High is controlling all these things, you know what I'm saying? Like there will be spirits created for vengeance, And this is one thing, you know what I'm saying? The Most High is not gonna hold back, you know what I'm saying? Especially with Esau, man. They got a judgment coming. But not only Esau, 2/3 of these niggas, you know what I'm saying? He gonna put the spirit on these other Jakes to kill our people too, murder our people, put them to death. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna hold back. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High, create evil and good. Let's go to that 45:7. He does all those things. And if our people don't get right, you know what I'm saying? He's going to do the same thing what Esau did, you know what I'm saying? Which is kind of, man, that's messed up, man. You going to kill your own sister and then on top of that, she pregnant? Man, this place got to go, man. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace, yeah, and I create evil, yeah, because the Most High does all this, you know what I'm saying? You see? Yahweh Shema Shai creates evil and good. I, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, do all these things, yeah. It's all orchestrated by the Heavenly Father, you know what I'm saying? He sent those death angels, you know what I'm saying? And that was basically in this scenario right here, you know what I'm saying? Sent that death angel to put, his sister to death, you know what I'm saying? And no telling what, she done in the past or her past life being wicked, you know what I'm saying? Because you that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? You come back every third or fourth generation, and then you play out your judgment. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that happened to this Edomite. You know what I'm saying? Matthew chapter 10, verse 35. Let's go back to that. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Yeah. Like in this article, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy that her brother did this, you know what I'm saying? And there's going to be many more incidents the same way like this, man, you know? But the reason why a lot of this stuff happens is because these people are attached to this world, man. Especially our people, man. Jake and Eve, man. You know what I'm saying? They love this world, you know. You know. And this world is evil, man. You know, because of the things that are implemented in this place, man. You know what I'm saying? All kind of wickedness, you know what I'm saying? What are some of the things that this world is always putting on the forefront? Bestiality, pedophiles, you know what I'm saying? Serial killers, number witchcraft in this place, you know what I'm saying? You know, and the list goes on, you know. And that's why, you know, we're living in a time of vengeance, you know what I'm saying? The Most High is it's gonna put, you know, not only our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, but also Esau got a judgment. And he's getting his judgment right now, you know what I'm saying? There's all kind of stuff going on in Minnesota for the things that, you know, like those two Edomites being put to death, you know what I'm saying, by, you know, ICE, you know what I'm saying? You know? All kind of stuff. Let's go back to Sirach chapter 39, verse 28. There will be spirits that are created for vengeance. Yeah. Because the Most High, you know what I'm saying? You know, things about to get, like I said, things about to get crazy in Babylon, you know what I'm saying? You know? And definitely reading this article, you know, that's the same thing that's going to happen, you know what I'm saying? Because the Most High is tired of this place, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially these two-third niggas that don't want to hearken to this truth, this true living power, or this true living water, you know? You know? But if they don't want to turn back, you know, Acts 3 and 19 and repent and turn back to Yahweh Shema Shai, because they say, you know, don't tarry before it's too late, you know what I'm saying? And I'll get that next. And let me finish reading this. And there'll be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, yeah, because destruction is coming to Babylon. They pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Yeah, because the Most High, like I said again, Isaiah 45 and 7, he create evil and good, you know. And when you see a lot of things that are happening to certain people, is because they've been wicked, man. They've been wicked, and they don't realize or understand that, especially their family members, you know. So if you don't hearken to this truth, Jake, you're gonna be just like Esau in this scenario right here, this article, where he's gonna get life, and actually he probably gonna get the death. Plenty, I don't know if Minnesota has that, but you know, the Most High ain't playing. Let's get that. Sirach chapter 5, verse 7, because it's time to act fast. You know what I'm saying? Sirach chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tearing to make no tearing to turn to the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai come forth, and in their security thou shalt be destroyed. Yeah. And perish in the day of vengeance. Yeah. Because like I said again, vengeance is, we're in that time of vengeance, man. We're in that time of, you know what I'm saying, Yahweh Shema Shai gonna send these death angels to a lot of these two-third niggas, and especially Esau and the other nations, you know what I'm saying, for not hearkening to the, well, Esau don't have to hearken to this truth, but our people do, you know. Let's go to Sirach chapter 40, read verse 9 and 10. Yeah. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. Yeah, because, you know what I'm saying, what Esau was blessed with the sword. But the Most High is coming with nothing but death and bloodshed, you know what I'm saying? Especially to Babylon the Great, you know what I'm saying? Calamities, yeah. You know, and that's what's going to happen. Famine, yeah, because there's going to be two types of famine. There's going to be, you know what I'm saying, famine of the word, you know, which is, you know, it's going to come in a time that you don't even know. When the brothers and the Akim will be on the four corners of this earth preaching this truth, they're going to be looking for him. But there's going to be famine of the word, You know what I'm saying? Then there's also going to be famine, which is in a physical aspect, where when you go to the store and ain't no food on the shelves and everything, you know, your stomach gonna be touching your back. You're gonna wish that you hearken to this truth. You know what I'm saying? Especially like stories like this, man. While things about to get ramped up, and he's gonna put he's gonna put the spirit on Esau to put a lot of our people to death, man, because our people refuse to hearken to this truth. You know what I'm saying? You know, and tribulations, because tribulations, you know what I'm saying, is already here, man. You know what I'm saying? We are already, you know, seeing a lot of things that's going on in this world, you know, on a day-to-day basis, man. Just people being put to death, man. You know what I'm saying? And the scourge, yeah. So, you know, if our people don't want to get right, hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And, you know, somewhere along the line, Esau woman was probably wicked, like I said again, you know what I'm saying? And what did the Most High do? He put that spirit on the Edomite man, which is crazy. That was her brother, man. You know what I'm saying? And let's go back and read some more of that article, yeah. And shortly after that, police received a 911 call from Rosemount residents reporting they observed a man on a home security camera place what happened to be a body part on their front step. Wow. The prosecutor's office said in the press release after a brief search, Ball was located in the backyard of a neighboring home, and he had self-inflicted injuries to his neck and was transported to a local hospital. Wow. Ball went to the hospital for treatment before he was ultimately taken into custody for his sister murder. Yeah, man, and Esau known for this, man. They be the main ones, serial killers. You know what I'm saying? You know, you be going to work and shaking this man's hand, and man, in the back of his eyes, man, he be doing some crazy stuff when he leave the office, because he, natural born serial killer. You know, as investigators looked through the home, they found several journals in which Ball explained he was angry at Israel for becoming pregnant, and he believed she was no longer innocent. Wow. The allegations in this case are deeply disturbing and horrific. Words cannot describe what our law enforcement partners encountered during the investigation. The Dakota County Attorney Kathy Keena said in a statement after Ball's arrest, "My office will work hard to ensure the victim receives justice and will provide necessary support for the victim's family." Wow. So, man, it's about to get crazy out here, you know. And that's why our people don't realize, what time we in right now, you know what I'm saying? You know? And let's go to verse 10. Sirach chapter 40, verse 10. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. Yeah. Because in these latter days, it's not going to be water this time, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the time of Noah, when he prophesied for 120 days, trying to tell our people that, man, you better get right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna rain. And it's like, oh, Noah, you just talking up the side of your neck. You know what I'm saying? But this time, it's gonna be with fire, man. And especially for our wicked people. You know what I'm saying? And Esau gonna be the cherry on the top, because they're gonna get their judgment. You know what I'm saying? And how this Esau woman was put to death, the same thing, is going to happen to most of our people. You know what I'm saying? Because all that is going around in Babylon the Great, man. Number wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Because our people ain't innocent, and definitely ain't Esau ain't innocent. Let's go to Job, chapter 4, verse 7. And remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off. Yeah. So we know that the wicked is not innocent. And, especially these niggas that's doing all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying, selling drugs to our people, gang banging, killing our people, you know what I'm saying, prostituting our women, you know what I'm saying, what else? Just all kind of stuff. So, that's doing, domestic violence to our women. You know what I'm saying? All kind of crazy stuff. But not only that, the women is doing wicked stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna get, like I said again, it's gonna get crazy out here. And the most high is watching everything. You know what I'm saying? Especially he's keeping a tab on Esau. He knows what he's doing. You know. Verse 8, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. Yeah. So, like Galatians 6 and 7, you know what I'm saying? If you sow what you sow, wickedness, you're going to reap wickedness. And we already know. And that's probably what this woman was doing. She probably sowed number wickedness, you know what I'm saying? She probably was doing all kind of wickedness, wicked stuff, and the Most High just took her out, and that's the same with our people, They think this is a game, you know what I'm saying? They think this is a game, making all these scoffing videos, talking about the Hebrew Israelites. But you got to understand, this is our culture, man. This is not no fab or anything. This is our culture, you know what I'm saying? We are the Hebrew Israelites, you know what I'm saying? That Moses led through the Red Sea, that the Most High parted the Red Sea, and we went through. Those are our forefathers, you know what I'm saying? And no, Esau can't be saved, you know what I'm saying? There's no salvation for Esau. Hebrews 12 and 16, there's no salvation for him. So you can, boo-hoo, you can cry, you know what I'm saying? You can weep, you can do all that. No. And let me close out with this one, and then we close on out. Nahum chapter 1 verse 3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and in the clouds are the dust of his feet. Yeah. So the Most High is going to, get the wicked, you know what I'm saying? He's not going to get off, you know what I'm saying? Esau's not going to get off, especially the things that he has been doing throughout the four corners of this earth, you know what I'm saying? And definitely in this article here, this guy, he's going to get judged, you know what I'm saying? He's going to get judged, for the time that he did, and he did it to his sister, man. And the same thing with you wicked niggas. Y'all not going to get acquitted either. Y'all gonna get the same, I'm talking about you 2/3. I'm not talking about the, electing a 1/3. You know what I'm saying? The hopefully elect, because we're praying and hoping that we be saved. You know what I'm saying? Saved by big brother Yahweh Shem Shai. So we letting we pulling down these strongholds. We letting people know that hey, there's gonna be many more articles like this. The Most High is not playing. And if you keep on scoffing and everything, you're going to be the next one. So I hope this was edifying. This is your brother, Dawadah. I want to say Shalom. Call all y'all by Shem Shai, by Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim on the four corners of the earth, preaching his truth, risking their lives each and every week on the highways and the byways. And to the brothers and sisters tuning in for edification, Shalom.